Hi everyone, I'm Brad Carton. I'm the Supply Capability Lead within Primary Connect, part of the Woolworths Group. What I'm about to talk to today is some supply chain challenges when it comes to conformance to our supply guidelines. As you've heard from previously from the AFGC, and if you're here to hear Julian's presentation a little earlier, we're now focusing on what's required when you're delivering into a major retailer as part of the FMCG supply chain. So I really want to go back a couple of steps as we start heading towards more and more automation within the FMCG supply chain, and also as our focus now is on quality. It's really the basics that set everyone apart, and if you don't get the basics right, we can't continue to move forward. So where we see a lot of compliance issues is around pallet labelling. So I know that many of you may have visited the Matthews stand here already today, looking at what options are available to you. A lot of it is around print quality is one of our biggest issues, and label placement. Not having that label in the correct placement prevents us from being able to successfully scan your product in to our warehouses. Print quality, if the print quality is non-legible to be able to decode the barcode, then we aren't able to transfer all of that information from the label into our WMS systems as well. Configuration and construction is also where a lot of suppliers get caught out using incorrect formatting, so non-accepted codes that we use here in Australia, or having the construction of the label misaligned or including wrong check characters and so forth really can affect the way that we're able to read those labels successfully. Also, pallet quality. I'm sure this is not new for many of you here today, but we did have a crisis during COVID when we had a pallet shortage. A lot of those pallets weren't going back through the pallet repair pools. However, we're coming out of the other end of that now. So we really need to start focusing on the level of quality that we're actually palletising our product to, and that we're sending that through our supply chains. What we need to focus on is the lead board quality, so the bottom boards, and ensuring all those gaps and boards are in place. Pallet wrapping. Wrapping is another major conformance that many people will get wrong when they're delivering into our networks. They're either not wrapping enough, they're wrapping too much, or not tying off those tails and ensuring that they're sealed off correctly. And in another one there that affects us is when we wrap too low, the forklift tines tend to pierce the wrapping, creating those dags. So it's the tails and dags that are the big issues for us. And why they become an issue for us is through our automated network. We're really relying on the standard of quality for those pallets that are delivered into our DCs. And last but not least, carton quality. Carton quality has often been a little bit of an oversight in the past. So we always know that it must be able to contain the product within to get it through the supply chain. But the level of detail, I suppose, has now stepped up a few notches. So now we're really looking at the way that the carton top flaps are taped down. Is there enough glue? Is it sufficiently holding the carton together? If you're using perforations for shelf-ready packaging, etc., are they in the optimal position? Looking at the carton design, are they prone to tearing or popping open? All of those levels of quality and carton design are now a focus as we head towards more and more automation, and our tolerances start coming in as opposed to our more manual networks that were running for many years. Just to go into a little bit more detail, as you'll see today, I am focusing a lot on carton quality. So a lot of this is consistency in your packaging. So what we require is consistency when it comes to substrate designs. Dimensions are crucial as well for us. So now that we're going to, again, I'll keep saying it, it's going to become a bit repetitive, but we're going automation, and automation requires all of these things to be in place. When we're an automated network, we rely on set tolerances. The variables become a lot less that have become a lot tighter for us to be able to work with. Any changes that do occur, so we all know that there's a 20% level of tolerance, whether that's dimension, weights, or major changes. What we have as flagged as a hard change requires a new G-tin from GS1. What we're going to talk about now is anything that falls into that bracket below 20% that doesn't require a new G-tin. So it might even be a change of artwork. It might be going from a matte finish to a high gloss. It could be going from a non-shelf ready type of packaging to now a shelf ready type of packaging. It could be going from a shrink and tray in an example there, and then a fully enclosed carton. Why we need to know this information is for us to be able to process your products or our trade partners' products most efficiently and in a timely manner throughout our automation network or DC network, minimising delays and making sure that that product's on show. What we do have within Woolworths at the moment is we've got a form on our websites that if you are expecting, or if there's any impending changes or anything like that that doesn't require a new G-tin, that you just let us know. That information will flow back to our teams, and then we can make preparations for a variant, or we can teach in a different type of a profile against that article, so then we're still able to maintain effective processing of your product through our network. Some common carton quality issues that we see. We can go right back to R&D and new product development, and a lot of the oversights, it looks great on shelf, marketing looks great, but how does it perform throughout the supply chain? Is it susceptible to crushing in transit? How does it store in a humid environment? How would your product perform when it's packed onto a multi-scoop pallet at our end? So not only within Woolworths, say Coles or Metcash as well, when we're building multi-skew pallets for our store orders, how do you think your product will be able to fit? Is it fit for purpose? Does it fit into that place for us to be able to get it out in store? Packaging and glue is a big one. So not enough glue, too much glue, the taping issues as well. So having tape going down on each end of the product or down the sides of the packaging, but then the tape starting to peel back and not adhere correctly. They can all be challenges for us. As we're measuring product dimension for our robotics to be able to pick and pack those cartons, anything that affects the dimension, whether it be length, width or height, will also cause issues in our lines as well as the same as what it would in a production line environment. So just a little bit more greater detail on the packaging design, ensuring that it's fit for purpose, end to end. So not only in your own environment, not only does it look great on shelf, but how does the carton perform? How do you expect the carton to perform going end to end? Is it being made overseas? Does it need to be robust enough to be put into containers? If it's 6 months or if it's 6 weeks on the water, or it's 6 months before it gets to us, example. So we're bringing it from Europe to Australia. We're bringing it from Southeast Asia to Australia, where it's subject to higher amounts of humidity, etc. How does that product look when it gets to us, when it's landed? Looking at carton design as well. So ensuring that we've got the correct amount of barcoding, that we've got the symbology and the declarations. If it's shelf-ready packaging, again, ensuring that that product is still fit for purpose beyond R&D, beyond the way it looks in a PDF format. How does it perform once we've got product in it and we've got it palletized? How does that carton perform once we've got that product double stacked in storage or in transit without affecting the overall quality of the packaging? Thinking about different packaging methodologies, so shrink and tray and hood, wraparound cartons, just shrink on its own in bundles, thinking about overall carton dimensions and weights as well, making sure that it all aligns with the industry standards now, and as we work towards that AFGC Common Delivery Guidelines. Training resources. So you will hear, it's a common theme from us today here at Woolworths Group, that we're moving towards more and more automation. We will be going live with a new fully automated supply chain within New South Wales, which we're calling Moorebank, and it's located at the Moorebank, in the Moorebank area of Sydney. We're calling that the Moorebank campus. We will have both our NDC and RDC in New South Wales on that site. Information is crucial for our trade partners. So all of this information is available through our Woolworths website. We've got a lot of training resources and material available to all of our trade partners. We've got automation DC overview videos. There's comms and newsletters continually going out to our trade partners. There if you are a trade partner of ours, our transition plans and all that communication will be available there. Any important dates and key contact details. Part of the team that I lead it will be the key point of contact to be able to come back to that team, and any information that you're wanting in regards to standards, guidelines, any training resources, please don't hesitate to reach out. We've got a really valuable suite of videos here that's not only applicable for our own Woolworths supply chain network, but many of our other retailers are going towards similar models. And if you're really wanting to look at upskilling or training your teams and getting to know why the standards are there and why it's so crucial to the FMCG supply chain, you're more than welcome to use these resources that we've got available on our sites as well. That's just about it from me. We will be hanging around for a little while after these presentations, so if you do have any specific questions or wanting any information from myself or our team, please come over and say hello. Thank you.